IELTS Academic Task 1. First, you should know some kind of expression. How can you start? Let's do first. For example, I need to show you an example graph. It is a line graph. Sometimes it can be a pie chart we will study in the future. It can be a bar chart or statistics. It is a line graph. So, if you want to talk about this line graph, first you should read the question and then understand what is this question. What is this? Let's say.
The graph below shows average carbon dioxide emissions per person in the United Kingdom, Sweden, Italy, and Portugal between 1967 and 2007. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. First, we need to paraphrase the this. The graph below, for example, we can use like timeline, chart, illustrate.
So, just remind this graph and the question, okay? Let's go to the first slide. According to the graph, for example, you should know how you can start. It is the most difficult
part. The chart illustrates.
Maybe the graph presents data showing blah, 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 blah. As it may be seen from the chart or as the chart illustrates. So let's go to the graph again. And let's use it. Okay.
The chart illustrates.
The chart illustrates that.
Illustrates average carbon dioxide.
The chart illustrates.
We should paraphrase, yeah, to find a synonym.
Paraphrase. For example, the chart illustrates United Kingdom, Portugal, 4 countries. 4 countries, carbon dioxide emissions per capita, not person, per capita. Per capita between 1967 and 2007.
We can say like 7 and 47.
The chart compares
50. We can paraphrase between 1967 and 2007, like 50, yeah? Years.
50 or 40?
40 years.
You are not good at math. You should use general IELTS.
Yes, I'm not good at it.
You can say like this, just I gave an example. The chart, or maybe the line graph displays a comparison
between
maybe a comparison of 4 countries' average carbon dioxide emissions per capita in 40 years period. Or 40 period, //. The line graph illustrates changes in carbon dioxide emissions in 40 years with comparing four countries. Or we are comparing four countries. Just what you see, explain in a different way. This is the first sentence. And be careful, it is not more than 100. And I told you, IELTS Academic Writing is the easiest one, but organization of IELTS Academic Writing 1 is the most difficult one. Organization is too difficult. You should write too much. Or you should be good at organization. It's not about math. If you are good at planning, you can do it the best. You can do that. For example, you should compare 40 years of 4 countries and average emission. How can you do it? In 1 paragraph, in 2 paragraphs, in 3 paragraphs. In 1 paragraph, you can compare your 4 countries, or you can compare your
Only one. We should
No.
find from this line, for example. Overall.
For example, you can do 2 different ways. First paragraph, you can start like this graph shows that, and then give the general points, conclude direct conclusion of this graph. What do you see? What is the most important one is the second and the last sentence of first paragraph. There are 2 sentences here. What is the most important one of this graph? What do you see? What is the most important?
We should follow this line chart.
Okay, I ask you the second sentence. I said what is the first sentence? The
Overall.
Not overall. This is the last paragraph.
The second paragraph.
In the first paragraph, you should have 2 sentences.
Yes.
About this cuts. First sentence we did, and we have left 1 sentence. It is the second sentence. Second sentence.
According to this line chart, yeah?
Yes, maybe you can start with according to graph, according to this line chart or the graph. You can start like this. But this sentence should summarize the most important result of this graph. Anyone,
for example, we can compare these lines.
Not compare. Just imagine that anyone should know it about this graph. Just 1 sentence you have left. Tell me, what is the most important outcome of this graph?
The most important, it is these lines. For example,
it is a line
increasing
graph. There are lines.
and decreasing.
Yes.
So we should say about maybe decreasing or increasing. We should choose one of them.
It's up
no
to
need
me.
to
Just
say
have
about
1 sentence.
both.
Tell me. And with your info, with your sentence, I can understand anything from this paragraph. I did this graph for you. I should imagine this graph with your sentence.
For example, we can say it can be noticed that It is really difficult.
Actually, this is not really difficult. You need to see.
These lines, I need to say about these lines.
Yes, you need to say the difference between 90.
Between United Kingdom, Sweden,
67.
Italy, and Portugal.
No, just look at the
They
left and right. 1967,
shows.
2007. What is the difference? Or what is the same?
For example, we can compare Sweden and Portugal. They are
It's about other paragraphs. You should compare in other paragraphs. It is about overall.
Overall, it can be noticed that maybe emissions in metric tons, like this. Started to
Not go
decrease.
deep. What do you see? May I give an example for you?
Yes.
Okay. The line graph displays average carbon dioxide emissions per capita of 4 countries in 40-year period. According to graph, United Kingdom, average carbon dioxide emission per person of United Kingdom in 1967. According to graph, although there were up and down in average carbon dioxide emissions in 4 countries, United Kingdom preserved its first grade, or according to graph, although there were up and down, or there were fluctuations means this, up and down, although there were fluctuations and dramatic changes in this graph, United Kingdom had the highest carbon dioxide emission rate per person in 40 years in comparison with the other 3 countries. Finished. What is the most important one? United Kingdom is the first. Always the highest.
Yes, then others.
The others changed. It doesn't pretty matter. And you should continue to compare the others. It is always easy. First, you should separate the graphs. It is about pie chart, it's about maybe bar chart, it doesn't matter. I said organization. Analyze the graph and organize it. The highest ones, the lowest ones, the highest change, the lowest change. What is the most important one? What is the less important one? If you group like this, you can understand which paragraph should include one of them, or which one of them. Okay? For example, in the first paragraph, I didn't count introduction as a paragraph. It is an introduction, conclusion is conclusion. And we have only 2 paragraphs. Okay? Main body 1, main body 2. Main body 1 can include Italy and Portugal. Why? Do you know the reason? Why Italy and Portugal?
Portugal and Italy.
Yes. Why I choose this both?
They are parallel.
Increase and decrease, I separate.
Mm-hmm.
It is easy to follow. If I want to write an advanced article, more scientific, more academic, with using adjectives, adverbs, blah, 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 I can do it. I can do for Sweden and Italy. Opposites.
Mm-hmm. Increasing and decreasing.
Yes, together.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about Italy and Sweden, be careful. If I start with Italy and Sweden, I should compare Kingdom and Portugal at the same time. Because as well, it is increasing, it is decreasing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So you
Right.
can do it in one paragraph. So, another ones. What can you use? Do you know them? Let's check. Can you read?
Yes. Increase. This one. Rise, go up, uplift.
Yes.
Synonym
Synonym.
of this word. Yeah. Decrease, fall, go down. Be unchanged, level out, remain constant, remain
Constant.
remain steady, remain the same, remain stable, remain static. Climb, rocket, skyrocket. Reduce.
Rocket. Do you know what is rocket?
Like a rocket. Too fast.
Too fast.
Reduce, decline, wane, plummet, plunk, double, triple, half, peak at, bottom out at, fluctuate, remain stable, steady, constant, level out,
Plateau.
plateau at.
Maybe there is an almost synonym for rocket.
So we need to learn all of these words.
More than. I will
To paraphrase, yeah? This is.
Synonym of rocket is soaring up. But rocket is faster than soaring. Rocket is this. Soaring up is this. It is increasing.
We can't repeat.
No need to repeat the same vocabulary in IELTS. Speaking writing, it doesn't matter. Not repeat the same word more than 2 times if it is not necessary. For example, in this article, you should repeat average consumption, average emission. You should repeat it. It doesn't matter because you can't paraphrase it. Okay? But you can't always repeat that this is COVID-19, this is virus, this is no. Increase, 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 decrease, decrease, increase, no. More than, less than, no. Fewer than. reduce, less than. It can't be compared. The difference, the change can't be compared. A little bit, Dostoevsky's novels. Dostoevsky's sentence. Describe, describe, describe. Okay, what is the point, dear Dostoevsky? There is no point. He wrote 2 books. All of these 2 books include description. The building. IELTS writing task 1 is description. Dramatically, sharply, steeply, substantially, significantly, markedly, rapidly, suddenly, moderately, slightly, steadily, gradually, slowly. Oh my gosh. You know them?
Not all of them. Most of them I know.
So, you should know all of them. More than, less than, the same as, similar to, comparable, identical, different, twice as much as, 3 times as much as, approximately, almost. Fractions and percentages. And there is
fractions also the most important, yeah.
And percentages. Be careful. In different languages, we write percentage, not percentage, percentage differently. In my language, in Turkish, for example, first we write percentage, then the amount, percentage 10 increase, or increase percentage 10, symbol 10. Symbol is always the first insert. But in English, always it is the second one. 10% increase. Or you can write percent, decrease. Decrease, increase, it is a verb. But sometimes they can be a noun. So you should memorize them. Increase is a verb, increase is a noun. Decrease is a verb, decrease is a noun. Sometimes they can't be the same. Okay? And increase by 15%, drop by 10%, but fall at 50%. By is amount, at is the level. From 70%, it fall at 50%. Triple, double, 1/4, 3/4. You should use them. Why? Because, for example, we are talking about increase and decrease. It increased 25%. Another one decreased 10%. Okay, always percent. No.
We can't write digits, yeah? We should write a whole sentence.
You need to write digits.
No, for example, can we write like 24%? That's all. No need to use almost a quarter.
Yes, you can use almost a quarter rather than using numbers, digits. It helps you to get 150 words limit. Rather than writing 50, you need to use, for example, 1/4, 3/4. It helps you to write more.
It shows
no-
like we have higher level vocabulary.
Yes.
Okay.
To truth exactly at 43%. Decline to about 49%. Sometimes you can see 50. Okay? But not right 50. It is around.
Exactly.
It's about 49. It is between 49 and 51. Right? It is about paraphrase. Rather than 25%, exactly a quarter. Right?
Yes.
In contrast, in comparison, similarly, on the other hand, however, whereas, while, but, although, linking sentences, you need to use. And the other proportions, you need to know. Okay?
Okay.
And then I will stop here and I will send this PowerPoint to you. Please read. And when you have time, please write me an article for this graph. No need to write perfect one. Just try to use this linking word, proportions, adjectives, adverbs. And I will correct it and I will show you how can you write. How you can write it.
I got it.
So, thank you, Sean, for today.
Thank you so much as well.